Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Luqman Shadrack for News in Focus right here at Cape Town Police Station. We are going to be chatting to Al Jamaa Party, who's here to lay a charge against the 9 MPs that visited Israel. Do stay tuned as we bring you that interview. Outside the Cape Town Police Station, where Al Jamaa Party has come through to lay a very important charge against some of the 9 MPs that were found to have visited Israel. With me now from Al Jamaa, Uncle Khanif Hendricks. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Shukr so much for affording us your time. Give us some context with regards to the reason that we're outside the Cape Town Police Station.
Look, as you know, that this visit took place about a month ago, and our Member of Parliament, Advocate Shamim Asali, laid a complaint with the office of the Speaker, and that's why we let the matter rest, because we wanted Parliament and the Ethics Committee to deal with this particular matter, because it was Al Jamaa's view that what happened was a PR stunt.
Right.
It was an apartheid activity, a PR public relations stunt to promote apartheid and to justify apartheid, or at least justify what is happening in Israel, and to come back and say what is happening does not amount, for example, to what the anti-apartheid movement has documented aspects of apartheid. And we also know that many international organizations, including Amnesty International, did thorough investigations in Israel and came to the conclusion that Israel practices apartheid.
Right.
So when the visit took place, it was Al Jamaa's view that this is a PR stunt to promote apartheid. And we also took into account that not long ago, South Africa signed the convention where if you promote apartheid, the country that signs the convention must punish you. Now it's a month and we feel that we haven't heard from the Speaker's Office of Parliament. We know that the MK Party and the ANC has also followed the example of our Member of Parliament, Advocate Shamim Asali, and we don't know what the contents of their complaints are, but the chairman of the International Relations Portfolio Committee at the Pakistani event informed us that the ANC also laid complaints to the Speaker. It is Al Jamaa's position that any apartheid activity must be criminalized.
Okay.
Whether it happens in South Africa or whether South Africans committed outside South Africa. So we decided to take a legal opinion from an advocate. We have on board a state advisor that is drafting a private member's bill to strengthen the requirement of a convention that people must be punished if they're involved in an apartheid activity.
What happens once the case gets laid now at Cape Town Police Station? What is the next steps thereafter?
Well, the next step is for the police to get so we'll get a case number, then it's on the record. It is then up to the police to do their work, and I would imagine that they would approach the National Prosecuting Authority and assign a detective to further investigate. We are providing them with a legal opinion, and also we are providing them with a position of the advocate in the legislative drafting team of Parliament. And as you know that this particular matter is as a result of a march by 60,000 people where they presented a bill to the Speaker to criminalize apartheid and to prevent activities like has happened now where members of Parliament go to Israel in a PR stunt to promote apartheid or show that what is happening in Israel is not apartheid.
What are you hoping for the outcome of this?
Well, as you know, the convention calls for progressive punishment. So we don't want people to go to jail. They need to be educated. So Al-Jamar's position is that let us start with members of parliament. Let they be educated so they can set an example for the rest of the country and not get involved in apartheid activities, because we want to wipe off the face of South Africa any apartheid activity, like standing with Israel and like waving Israeli flags, because and like going to visit and PR stunts and coming back and saying there's no apartheid. We the convention also says that there must be progressive punishment. So while a first offence may be sensitivity training, and that is what members of parliament need, and when to Israel they need to understand the harm that they are causing, and they need to support South Africa's signing of the convention. And then secondly, there may be a fine. And thirdly, jail time.
Okay.
So we don't want to send members of parliament to jail. They represent a constituency.
Sure.
They should continue doing that. But they should get sensitivity training.
Great stuff. Deputy Minister, thanks very much for your time. We look forward to chatting to you after you come out of the police station, inshallah.
Well, thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. We are still outside the Cape Town Central Police Station, where Al Jamar Party has just come out the police station and have laid an official charge against the 9 MPs that have visited Israel. Uncle Hanif, Jazakallah so much for giving us your time again. Tell us about the charge that you just laid.
Look, the charge is a crime against humanity. So the visit by the 9 members of parliament and other people to Israel to go on a PR stunt and come back and say there are no atrocities, there's no apartheid in Israel, and also to state that the activities that's happening in Israel is not an apartheid activity. And in terms of the Rome Statute, we put the case that the Rome Statute has been domesticated into South African law. And in April, the first case was decided on. And so we are now let's say, the second case of a crime against humanity. But the matter has now been escalated to the prosecuting authority for further investigation.
This is quite a unique case, and obviously this is unprecedented with regards to South African law. The police station and the prosecuting department, are they ready to take on something like this?
Look, I got the impression from the detective who came to say that this is perhaps beyond their scope. It has to go to provincial because we supported the charge with a legal opinion from an advocate backed by a private member's bill, which has been prepared by a state advocate, a former state advocate. And so it is now up to the law to take its course.
Of course. Yep. Will there be other political parties that will be laying a case against those 9 MPs?
Look, I know that the ANC and MK has laid complaints with the Speaker. Al Jamar was the first to lay a complaint. So I'm not sure whether their complaints will lead to criminal charges, but our complaint has now led to us filing a charge, and that is where we are at this stage. So we'll just have to wait for the matter to go to the criminal investigating department to decide whether they're going to take it further.
Besides the charge against humanity, what in particular did the MPs contravene as being members of parliament during their visit?
Look, they contravened the Rome Statute, which stated that apartheid is a crime. And we feel that going to Israel and going on a PR stunt, promotes apartheid. and try and show support for apartheid. And that is certainly, an offense. Al-Jamaah's position is quite clear. We want to criminalize apartheid activities, and we see the visit to Israel and the way, things unfolded as an apartheid activity, and we want to criminalize all apartheid activities, especially in South Africa, because we've gone through apartheid and we don't want it to rear its head again. We have seen many apartheid activities occurring, and that's why we felt we must now nip it in the bud.
Sure. What is your message to the general public watching this interview about how to pursue or think twice when it comes to doing, an event like this or a PR event like this?
Look, my first message is to all South Africans when they see an apartheid activity to report it to the police, like we've done, and give the names of the suspects to the police. We have given 9 suspects, and that is the 9 members of parliament. And we also want this to serve as a deterrent. No one in South Africa must promote apartheid or try and justify the apartheid activities that happen in South Africa in other countries, like in Israel, for example. Of course.
Jazakallah so much for your time. All the very best, and we will follow the case as it unfolds.
No, shukran. Thank you very much.
That's all that we have for you live from Cape Town. For News in Focus, I'm Luqman Shadrack.